Eggplant Parmesan sounds comforting and it feels deeply Italian. It carries the weight of tradition, as if it has always existed exactly like this. But the dish is younger than it looks. Its main ingredient was once avoided, its structure came together slowly, and its purpose had little to do with indulgence. This dish did not begin as a favorite, it began as a way to get by. So how did survival food turn into tradition? In the beginning, eggplant did not grow in Italy. It traveled slowly through trade routes, bringing uncertainty with it. In Europe, it was associated with illness, disorder, and indulgence. It belonged to the nightshade family and people hesitated. Eggplant was not embraced, it was managed. And the dish did not arrive whole. It formed through adjustment, layer by layer, as ingredients, wealth, and access shifted. What feels traditional today was once a careful negotiation. So how does something people didn't trust end up on everyone's table? Let me tell you what this dish really was. Not a classic, not a legend, not something meant to be admired. It was a solution, built quietly in kitchens where tomorrow mattered more than tradition. Eggplant Parmesan came from people who cooked under pressure. Meat wasn't something you planned around. Cheese wasn't guaranteed. Oil was used carefully because no one knew when more would come. So eggplant stepped in, not because it was special, but because it was there. It grew easily, it filled space, it carried flavor well enough to make a meal feel complete. That's all it needed to do. For a long time, nobody thought of this as comfort food. Comfort implies choice. This was survival doing its job quietly, night after night, until it started to feel normal. People kept making it not because they loved it, but because it worked. And without anyone noticing, necessity began turning into tradition. Then life shifted, markets stabilized, cities grew, and options returned. Suddenly, this dish didn't appear out of necessity. It appeared out of desire. Not because the dish had changed, but because the struggle that created it had faded from sight. Eggplant picked up a reputation. Some people feared it, others praised it. There were claims about what it did to the body, the mood, the mind. Most of it didn't matter. Families kept cooking it anyway, because when something feeds you long enough, trust builds faster than belief. And repetition has a way of turning doubt into background noise. Here's the part that usually gets skipped. This dish wasn't born as culture. It wasn't meant to represent a country or an identity. It didn't start out symbolic. It survived because ordinary people refused to let it disappear. But listen closely. What survived wasn't the eggplant, it wasn't the cheese, it wasn't even the dish itself. What survived was a way of thinking, the belief that nothing should be wasted, that food can stand in for what you don't have, that creativity shows up fastest when options ran out. That's why this still matters, because when stories like this fade, we don't just lose history, we lose the reminder that culture isn't born from abundance. It's born when people adapt, improvise, and keep going anyway. That lesson doesn't announce itself. It waits quietly, exactly where it always has. Follow the story, not just the recipe. More dishes are waiting.